Welcome to the Work Wives and Real Lives podcast. I'm Katie.
And I'm Ava. We're two best friends and coworkers spilling the tea on business, boundaries, and all the beautiful chaos in between.
From workday wins to real life messes, we're talking through it all.
Unfiltered, unpolished, and always putting friendship first.
Think of it as your weekly catch up with your favorite coworker turned soul sister.
So grab your coffee
or your wine
and let's get into it.
Stunning. Hey, what is up, Work Wife fam? It's Katie and Ava here, your favorite wives.
What's
favorite
up,
hustlers.
Ayo.
Ayo. We hope you enjoyed last week's episode talking about boundaries, culture, and today we're going to dive deeper into some hot work topics, and you're going to get your dramatic email reading, our weekend shenanigans, the whole bit. Per usual. Just remember to, wherever you subscribe to your podcast, if you could just hit the like, follow, subscribe button and share with a friend, because you know what?
Tell a friend to tell a friend.
Tell a friend, tell a friend. Grab a glass of wine or coffee and let's go. So Eva, what did you do this weekend?
Last week was a very eventful week of just a series of unfortunate events all in one day that was all prohibiting me from doing actual work, where I had to drop my husband off to get his car fixed, and then I went to my part-time job of teaching, and then from there went back to the car shop to then have my fender liner be completely almost ripped off because you cannot trust me on the road. I'm a very good driver, although things just happen to me with cars and whatnot. If you've known me in any capacity in life, you may have known something along the lines of me and car issues. It's just
she literally every week it's something. Me. And it's usually tires. Goodness. Like the people at the tire shop know her by
They
name
do
now.
know me out here. Yes.
And then she was at my house a few weeks ago, and the day before she was supposed to go back home, she had offered to take my son to school or to camp and drop him off. And she's got a rental car and the car won't start. Battery died.
Battery died.
It doesn't matter. It's not like her car is cursed, like any car this woman is around.
Yeah. So my little car, the little fender liner, that's the little part that's like covering the tire, it was just flapping in the air. I thought for a second that I had a flat tire. I was like, my light's not on. I'm not like bouncing. And so luckily we were on the way to the car shop and they took a look at it. They're like, yep, that needs to be fixed. I'm like, cool. I've got a lot to do today. Like I cannot do that. And then went grocery shopping, came home to start actually working and realized I don't have my laptop. So went on a little scavenger hunt, found my laptop, came back home. That was all on a Thursday. And then
what a day.
Thought I'd just share with the class, but more car fun stuff to learn about me throughout the time. But that happened last week. And then over the weekend, we had lots of fun. Friday, we went to this aquatic dog racing event. It was called Dock Dogs. I think they do it nationwide, but these dogs will jump off of a platform and they're scored based upon their leap and also their pace as to getting to the dog toy at the end of the pool and then racing back. It was everything and more, although it was ungodly hot. It was, balls hot. And my poor husband, I looked at him, he was walking in front of me, full on sweat in his ass crack, just like the outline of it. I was like, honey, it's time to go home. We cannot be here much longer. But it was so cool seeing the dogs just like jump and leap into the air, just so athletic. I was like, my dogs can definitely do this. So they will be going into aquatic training this year to qualify for next year's events.
Wow.
That's how serious we are.
What is that?
My one dog. So I have two dogs. I have a German Shepherd, Husky, Australian Shepherd mix who loves the water. So he will be just like 10 out of 10 on all qualifications. So no worries about him. But our newest dog, she's a Belgian Malinois sheepdog mix, which you would think would be very much athletic on all ends. But she is a very timid little girl. We are her third home, not
Oh, I
because
didn't know
of,
that.
yeah, we're her third home and she's only 9 months old. So life is just a little scary for her right now. But I will say all the dogs that qualified this past weekend were pretty much all Belgian Malinois, so there's hope for
Mm,
her. It's in
there's
her
hope.
genes.
Meanwhile, my dog, who's a 125-pound Doberman Asian Shepherd mix, is terrified of the water. The only way we can bathe her is we have to take her to the vet. And like the last time we took her, it was the first time they said, "Oh, we didn't have to put a muzzle on her today." Like progress, and
Oh
she's
no.
uh gonna be 6 this year, so she's in that case. So she will not be leaping into this pool of water.
No, no.
No.
But that was our Friday, and then Saturday was again so hot. If you're in the Southeast or just East Coast in general, I feel like there's a major heat wave. Is like in the 90s,
Mm,
major humidity. And so
nope. Don't send me up for that.
Saturday, there was a rodeo going on, and I was like, that is so country, we have to go. And we're like,
And you
yeah,
thought of
we'll
the
be,
ass sweat, and you were like,
yeah.
no.
Then we thought about the ass sweat and quickly realized, you know what, we're just going to go to our local spot and have some wine and some drinks and call it a day.
Air conditioning.
Air conditioning. And then we did actually quite a lot. Sunday, we went out and tried to go off-roading again in Mike's truck. It was not successful, but on the way there, I saw something just out of control. It was a couple on a motorcycle, and the woman on the back of the motorcycle was barefoot,
Oh,
like dogs out.
gross.
It was,
Also, this
you
does not
know,
seem safe.
not safe for the dogs. And I hope he looked like he was a well-seasoned rider, but God forbid something were to happen. Like goodbye toes.
So I have a thing with toes and that I absolutely despise them. Like I don't even touch my own toes unless it's with like some sort of sponge situation in the shower. Like
No, I did
I
not know this.
no, I think toes are disgusting. And so when people try to wear at bar the toe socks, but like,
Oh
well,
yeah,
just the toe socks alone, they're such a bitch to put on. Like just wear normal socks. But the ones with the toes open, it's literally little like hot dogs sticking out of their buns, and I don't want to see it.
nobody wants to see it.
So, also not allowed at Pier Bar, if you're wondering.
Not allowed. But every now and then someone's freeing them toes.
They wiggle weird, and Garrett's
That's
toenails
so
are so
crazy.
gross. And like, I mean, they're like not gross like from like a hygiene perspective. They're just they have sharp edges for some reason. Like they're very sharp. They will cut the sheets, like rip the
Oh,
sheets. Yeah.
oh.
And if one hits me in the middle of the night, he gets a full slap because it's like it scratches me. It's very aggressive.
He has like crack nails, but on the toes.
They're not long. They're just like that. He needs to just do a better job of like rounding the edges, like at the corners. It's like a
He
sharp
just needs
point.
professional help.
He really does need to go get pedicures. Most every man actually should be getting pedicures. I'm just gonna put that out there.
Absolutely. My biggest pet peeve in life is seeing men wear jeans and sandals.
Yep. Yep.
Like, no.
Like pick a weather pattern. Are you hot or are you cold? Because you don't do it together.
No, you don't. I mean, maybe it's freeing for their toes to get some fresh air, but I don't
Don't
know. Wear shorts and let your balls get some fresh air from
yeah.
underneath. I don't know.
Get a breeze going.
Get a
But
breeze somewhere else except
you
the toes.
don't not the
We
toes.
don't we don't want to see it.
We don't. No. Oh.
What'd
Well,
you
it
do
was a
this
good
weekend?
weekend. We got in our last summer trips. My kids start school tomorrow, so we were camping. It's an annual trip we do with my family. Um, and another family who's like our family. Every year, my dad races vintage cars, and so we were up in Monterey. It was actually very cold when it was not middle of the day sun, which was kind of nice.
Mm.
Because we were dry camping, and that's like Wednesday to Sunday is about our limit of dry camping days, because that's when we run out of
That's a long time.
water, and then I'm just out.
Yeah.
I didn't fly up till Thursday because I had to work, but he was up there with the kids since Wednesday. But before that, so it's my 10-year, as you know, my 10-year anniversary this year of being
Whoop, whoop.
wedded. And we're doing a vow renewal. The vow renewal component of it is literally only because of the children, including my little nieces who all wanted to be flower girls, and my daughter wants to be a flower girl. My son is the ring bearer. There's no actual rings. He's literally driving a tractor down the aisle. So the vow renewal component, like I always wanted to have a 10-year anniversary party. The vow renewal component is like minutes long for the sake of the children. But I had to get a dress. And so I've been ordering a bunch of options. And there is this one, and I will post a photo on the gram, but the photo was like on Revolve. It was so pretty. It was this sheer short sleeve high neck top with a stretchy maxi skirt, and then it had this silk bra that you wear over the top of the sheer. It sounds weird describing it, but it was really pretty in the photo. So I go to put this on, and it's the first one I go to try on. I had ordered 5 dress options because it was my favorite one online. Keep in mind, I'm terrible and don't read reviews on anything when I order stuff online unless it's something really expensive. But I go to put this bra on, and there is no feasible way this bra is fitting over my adult saggy baggies. And when I say saggy baggies, if you've ever seen The Emperor's New Groove
Oh my
and,
goodness.
Yzma, and like just Google her and you're going to see what her boobs look like. And that's what you can envision mine looking like.
No.
So these straps are not adjustable. So it's literally just like, it's like satin or something, just one piece. And so I take a video. I've got one arm strap just down here to cup one of my boobs. And then the other one, I had it where you're supposed to wear the strap, and it's like the top is up here and my boob's just hanging out. And I sent a photo to my girlfriends. And then, so I'm going to like return the the uh, outfit. And I was like, let me just see if I'm a one-off person. Like if my body is just this fucked up that like I'm the only person that can't wear this top. And you would be wrong in assuming that. Or I guess I was wrong in assuming that. So then I go and I read the reviews. This outfit has like 1 star on Revolve, or like 1.5 stars. But they have, and they're all 1 stars, and literally every single review mentions the bra. Like one person said like the bra was not made to fit adult boobs. Like there's just no way. Like the sizing is way off. No one can get their boobs in it. Didn't matter what size they ordered. But then there was this one girl. She loved it. She gave it a 4 out of 5, and I want to read her review because it is iconic. And the fact
It's the
that
best.
Sweet Allison, and I'll say her name because she published it online publicly, and I don't know her. She gave it 4 out of 5. So I'm going to read you her review. This is a really cute outfit, but I am 5'8", 118 pounds, 32B. The small fits fine. I bought this to wear to a company party. I am pretty modest, but like your other customers, the bra just didn't work. In frustration, I decided to just wear it without the bra. Well, when I got to the party, reality hit me. The top is totally sheer, and there I was with my breast showing for everyone to see. I was
Oh.
completely embarrassed, but what could I do?
What could one do?
So I just went with it and tried to have a good time. The women thought I was way cool, and now the men think I'm a real hottie. My status at work has risen, but I'll never do anything like that again. People still tease me. It'll take a long time to live down. This woman is on crack. She did it on purpose, or the whole review is a joke, because when I tell you this top is completely see-through, it is completely see-through. Like, even if you didn't look in a mirror before you walked out the door, if you just look down, like, your
You would
boobs are out.
Yeah, you would see nips.
So I hope, just for the humor purposes, I hope I hope she actually did wear this to a company party.
I hope she did too.
But I'm going to assume she works for like a porn company or like anywhere where it would be like you wouldn't be immediately sent home by HR for showing up
Oh,
in something like
absolutely.
that.
Right?
So go, Allison.
It
You know what?
reminds me of Mean Girls when Regina George, they like clip or they like cut out the
Yes. The nipple
parts
part of
of
like the
the nipple
shirt.
part of her shirt. And she looks down, she's like, keeps going.
I mean, at
That's what
least
I
her
imagine this
bra was.
girl doing.
I know, but at least in there, like her Regina George's bra was still covering her
Yeah.
nipple. This girl's just full tits out for
She
Harambe,
looks down,
and
sees areolas. She's like,
whatever.
well, now I'm the
I'm a,
most popular girl in the office.
I'm the most
I'm
popular girl.
sure you really are, girl.
Oh, I'm sure. No, if please. So
I'm
talking
sure
about
she's very
company
popular.
culture, make sure you're at the
Company
right
culture.
company to whip that outfit out for.
Yes.
Because most companies, I'm going to say it's an HR violation, and you will get fired, likely on the spot.
Yes. Don't
So
be showing them nips, okay?
don't be showing those nips.
The
So
office doesn't want to see it, Allison. They're lying to
absolutely
you.
not. They're lying.
Well, that's fun. I'm
Uh,
so excited for the vow renewal. It's going to be so good. It's going to be such a time.
I can't wait for everyone to hear the intro, like when we're walking down the aisle. It's just going to be iconic. But what I'm most excited about is the food.
Oh, yes. The food is
I
superb.
love it. It's everything in my brain that I
Very
love put
pristine.
together. Yeah. So
Yes.
we've got oysters, caviar
Caviar,
bumps, tomato soup with shooters with grilled cheese sides, pizza, fancy hot dogs,
the
everything.
hot dogs.
It's the hot dogs.
One thing to know about our friend group, us and hot dogs. My
We love a
sister
dog.
actually just sent in our family group chat a picture of Costco, and she's like, at Costco for the first time. And all my husband responds to is, get a glitzy.
Get a glizzy.
Glizzy. How did I
You
get the name
gotta,
wrong?
I don't know. You gotta get your hot dog tattoo.
I know. You know what's funny is so Katie and our friend Kelsey got a hot dog tattoo. And when I got home from my last trip out to California, he like looks at my arm. He's like, "Where's the dog?" I was like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "The tattoo." I was like, "No, that was Katie and Kelsey." He's like, "Oh, I thought it was you." And I was gonna be like, "What the hell, Ava?"
You're allowed to get a hot dog tattoo and you will
Oh,
get
yes.
one.
Oh, yes. And I mean, uh, my husband has tattoos and
He does.
he does.
Did I know this?
You do know this.
Huh. The man wore a hot dog outfit on the cruise ship. Like we got the boys these hot dog button-up shirts with
Yes.
matching shorts and bucket hats.
My
So
mom just asked, "What's a glizzy?"
what's a glizzy? Oh, you don't even know. You're in for a real treat there.
Rhonda.
Rhonda, sit down, buckle up.
Oh, it's so good. No, your vow renewal, it's going to be 10 out of 10. I
10 out of
cannot
10.
wait to do a recap of it. It's going to be
It's gonna
awesome.
be so good.
It's
I
going to be
hope I
great.
remember this one. That's why we're not doing hard liquor. I mean, I remember my actual wedding, but my brother got married in May at my parents' house, which is where we're doing the vow renewal at, and
Yeah.
I got so blacked out drunk because one of the I don't know who did. Someone in the wedding party had door dashed a handle of Fireball to the house. And I haven't done Fireball in probably 15 years, as most of society probably hasn't. And I think I did 3 shots, had 3 glasses of wine, and I was puking
No,
my brains out like a lady in my bathroom in the toilet at 8:30 at night, was in bed by 9. So
that's so ladylike of you. The
I
last
know.
time I had Fireball, um, it was my birthday that one year.
Oh, yes. That was also a blackout moment for me.
That was a blackout moment. Yeah, but it ended well, you know. We were at In and Out.
I love it.
So
I
good.
was living my best life at my brother's wedding, but you know what? It wasn't my wedding. And I was there to have a good time. And I came, I saw, I went hard. I was pouring ice cream on this poor bridesmaid's chest area because that sounded like a good idea. And then I remember the reason why I was so sticky is because they were pouring the handle just in people's mouths on the dance floor. So
No, no.
I probably had more than 3 shots. I don't even know. But there will be no liquor at this event because I would like to be coherent for all of it.
Yeah.
and not
I
throw
think
me
the
up.
first time I had a fireball shot too, it burned my esophagus and my vocal cords to the point where the next day I had no voice. And I was not, I mean, maybe I was screaming and like singing, but I could not speak for like days.
It definitely burns going down, but like it's good. And then, but when it comes back up, it
It's
burns
not
twice
good.
as bad because
Nope,
it's
nope, nope.
mixed with everything else that's coming back up.
Yep.
So, yeah, be careful of Fireball.
Beware.
Beware. There will be no Fireball. I did try
Good.
to get a Taco Bell truck to come for like late night snacks, but they don't have trucks, which I didn't.
No, no, no. We cannot do that.
Well, then
We
my dad was
cannot
like,
do that.
my dad in the area where their house is, he's like, that Taco Bell is a disgusting Taco Bell. Like, you cannot order. Like, there's always those
Every
like,
Taco Bell is a disgusting Taco Bell. I'm sorry.
oh my
I
God.
I mean, I grew
No.
up on Taco Bell, Del Taco, all the things, but Taco Bell as an adult, I mean, it sounds great in the moment, but the next day, you might as well have had a tapeworm of some sort or
Sometimes that's what the doctor ordered, though, is like a nice clear out,
no, no. I recently had Burger King for the first time in like
Oh,
20 years.
gross.
That, oh my,
Gross.
bleh,
I
no.
will eat McDonald's.
I'm
That
so
is,
sorry
no.
to people that enjoy Burger King. Um, and if you didn't know, they are still alive and well. Yes, Burger King is still open. They still,
It's gross. No.
it's so gross. Oh my gosh.
I
Yeah.
like Jack in the Box, McDonald's, Del Taco, Taco Bell. Like, hit me with a cheesy bean and rice burrito. Your girl
Mm,
is set. The only knock on Taco Bell is they carry Pepsi products, not
mm.
Coke. And it's just inferior.
We ride with Coke.
You want to get into our dramatic reading of the day?
Let's get into her. So, um, this client, I will say this was my mistake. I will own up to it. I'm human. I make mistakes every now and then, not all the time, every now and then.
We all do.
Uh,
It's okay.
we all
Mistakes
do.
are okay.
But this client, she had requested to place her membership on a freeze. So that means it would be paused for X amount of time. She filled out a form. Um, and unfortunately, we did not place the membership on hold for the requested amount of time. But I will say she requested it for a specific month and then did not fill it out for another month after. So there was a big time gap in between her requesting, me sending probably within the hour that she sent the request,
Yeah.
and then a month later, she sent the freeze form for us to implement it. Um, but she was getting charged during the time that she had requested a pause. I don't remember how long she asked for it to be paused for.
I think it was like a 3 month, 2 or 3 month pause.
Yeah,
Anyway.
because
Yeah.
basically our max for our freeze forms are 3 months for a freeze. So it couldn't have gone longer than she wanted it to be from January until March.
I think so. Yeah.
And so she sends us an email in September just saying she has not gone in since January and wishes to cancel and be reimbursed for all charges. And then sends another email. I've
So
been
this
getting,
woman wants 8 months of refunds, by the way. Just keep this in
yes,
mind.
she says, I have been getting charged $99 monthly since December. I did go to a few classes in December and January, but due to a back injury, could not go. Can you kindly reimburse me for $900 of services I did not receive? Thank you. And if you listen, I think it was last week's or the week before's podcast where we spoke about our group of friends went on a big cruise last year and um, a woman was emailing the studio requesting for such refunds. And we were about to embark. And I was like, Katie, please, I need your help to respond because I've been staring at this all morning as we were all getting ready to get onto the ship. I was like, I don't know what to say. I
Well,
so Her
I,
expertise came in.
I always have something to say to these people.
She does.
She had said something about how in a different email that it wasn't a good look for us that we didn't remind her her freeze was up or something, or we didn't remind her that she wasn't using her classes and she still had a membership because it's apparently our responsibility to check your credit card statements for you every month and make sure that you're not paying for something you no longer want. But that was at least her stance on the matter. So I hit her
Mhm.
with this. We are sorry you think this is not a good look for us. We did provide you services in accordance with your membership contract. You opted not to use them. The credits were loaded onto your account with each payment made. As clearly it is difficult for one person to notice a reoccurring charge on their own credit card statement every month for the last 8 months. I'm not sure how it's reasonable for us with over 470 members to notice that one person is not using their membership, but we will do our best in the future. Oh, pause. So within this whole time, we were going to agree to remonth her 3 months because that was the amount of
Mhm.
time that we didn't place her membership on a freeze. But our system has limits. You can only refund up to 120 days back, which is the same amount of time you can do a chargeback for. Because again, it's on the member or any customer to make sure you're checking your credit card statement and what you're getting charged for. So we were going to refund her for June, July, and August because it wouldn't let us go back to January, February, March because it was too long ago. So in the meantime, she emails us letting us know that she has done a chargeback for those 3 months. So June, July, August, because that's, again, the only months she can do a chargeback for. So I keep going. Just like chargebacks, there is a 120-day limit in our system on refunds as law outlines the 120-day chargeback period to put accountability on the consumer to check their own credit card statement and request refunds in a timely manner. That being said, the only charges we were actually able to refund as a credit to your freeze would have been June through August. So since you've already done a chargeback for them, you will not be getting any additional refunds. Best. So chargeback culture. If you're just out there doing chargebacks daily, let me just tell you, this is my soapbox moment. The business gets charged $25 from your bank as a refund for like the fraudulent charge. As the business, we have the right to dispute your chargeback. So we submitted documentation to her bank with her membership agreement, with everything that she agreed to. We ended up winning the chargeback, so the bank ruled in our favor and gave us that money back. But what's stupid about the system is that if we win the chargeback, we are still stuck with the $25 fee from their bank. And like, in my opinion, if your bank, your customer fraudulently did a chargeback where you agreed with me and you said, you know what, you guys were valid in making those charges, give me my $25 back. And it's $25 per charge. So now this woman's in collections for an additional $75 because that's what her bank fees are. And they won't reimburse us that. But is anyway. So goodbye.
My favorite, though, out of all this too, is after you sent that, she just kept emailing asking for the reimbursement. And she even said she could not log into her computer or use her phone due to carpal tunnel syndrome
Oh,
and
but she's
neck
sending
issues.
this email.
But she's
I mean, I
sending
guess
this
she could do
email.
voice to text. Well, she can't open her phone. How is she sending the email?
Don't know. But overall, we won the chargeback.
We won the chargeback. And
It's
yeah, is she
important
the
to
one that
keep all
kept
of your
emailing?
receipts.
Yeah, she kept emailing after we won and said, hey, the bank took the money out again. Like, I want my refund.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, because the bank agreed with us. And also, you owe us $75. And I think after we said that, she stopped emailing us.
Yeah.
Like, actually, if you want to talk about what you really need to be talking about, it's the fact that you are going sent to collections for the $75 in fraudulent fees you charge my business. So
Mhm.
goodbye.
Goodbye. Goodbye, Kyle.
Goodbye, Kyle. If you're a Real Housewives of Beverly Hills fan, you will hear us say that a lot. So
Yes.
we say that at the end of every email sign off to each other, not actually an email, but we're always just like, goodbye, Kyle.
Truly. Goodbye, Kyle.
And truly.
To the point where now my husband will say it.
Oh,
But I
I
think
love
he did
this.
watch that episode with me, and so every now and then a goodbye, Kyle comes out of his mouth, and just gives me so much happiness.
Can you do the actual impression of it?
Goodbye, Kyle. Yes.
It's so good.
Oh
So good.
man. It was
Goodbye,
a good
Kyle.
goodbye, Kyle.
That's not good. That line wasn't good. Because you got to
Yeah.
like influx the British accent into it.
Yeah. Yes, that is
Uh,
true.
we'll work on that.
We shall. Let's jump into our segment of the episode of
Yeah.
imposter syndrome.
Yes. Imposter syndrome. It's honestly, if you've never had a moment in your career where you've experienced it, I would be pretty surprised. Um, and I think this time I'm gonna have Ava do more of the share just because
Yeah.
she's shared with me that it's something she struggles with. And you know, I think towards early on in my career I did for sure. And within my corporate job, but we'll get to that later. So a little bit about what imposter syndrome might feel like. You can feel like you're underqualified if you recently got a new job or got a promotion. Um, downplaying achievements like, oh, I just got lucky, or yep,
Me.
this is a big Ava flag right here.
I just got lucky,
Yeah, it was
on
just,
a
a good month.
it
Not
was just a
anything I
good month. I
did.
just so happened to be somewhere.
Yeah. Um, potentially being the only like woman, person of color, person of your gender identity in the same room, like, feeling like you're kind of out of sorts with the rest of your group. Or potentially getting praised and feeling like you didn't deserve it. Again, like,
Mhm.
you know, a lot of things are a team effort, but that doesn't mean you have to downplay your like personal contributions to the team. And sometimes things aren't a team effort and you give people praise that shouldn't be. So, um, Ava, I wanted to give you a moment to talk about kind of
Yeah.
how this shows up with how you operate.
Oh my gosh, I feel like it's showed up so many moments in my life from, such a young age to now. Now I'm putting in the work as far as, therapy and, like, outside sources to kind of help with this specific thing, and it's more of, like, over people pleasing because I don't feel like I'm qualified enough or I downplay a lot of certain achievements, but I'll just keep on like going and going and going and trying to like hit a level of an achievement that I can't really one measure up to realistically in my head because it's not healthy. And so I feel like that came at such a young age, which I'm starting to like kind of unpack and learn about myself, is that um, I grew up dancing ballet, and that was something that I spent majority of my young life doing just nonstop. Because I felt like it gave me an outlet, but at the same time, I knew I was good at it. But anytime I did receive an achievement of some sort, I almost felt like I wasn't good enough for it, or there's so many other girls that I would compare myself to, and that's just kind of in the nature. Even if you aren't in dance, there's other aspects of sports or arts where you look at others and you see what they're doing, and then you look at yourself and you just think, "Oh man, I'm not as good as this person, or my work isn't as good as that person, or if I could only be just as good as them, then I could achieve this." That's something that's always kind of been in my head, and I always looked towards those achievements in order to feel fulfilled in my life because I always felt like there was something missing in my heart and in my career. And so I was constantly working and searching towards that feeling. Um, and, I have been very lucky in the sense where in my dance career, I have been able to go pretty far. And when I did, right before I graduated from high school, I knew I wasn't going to college and I was going to be moving to New York to dance with a company out there. And even in that moment of receiving that email, I completely downplayed it. Just, it was a very shocking moment because one, I was very upset with my mom because she sent this company a video of me dancing. And I'm like, Mom, they're
That's
going to
so
make fun of me.
sweet.
It was very sweet, but I was 17 and just,
Yeah,
you know, I was like, what the hell, Mom? Why would you do that? They're just going to laugh at me. They're not going to even respond to it. That's so embarrassing. And then they respond back with an opportunity. And so, of course, I took that opportunity, and in that moment too, I was so grateful, but I I think that was the first time I ever felt like, "Whoa, I'm actually good at something."
that's really
Um
cool. I think that that's probably something people experience a lot, right? Is fear of judgment or
Oh, absolutely.
right? And it's not that you didn't know you were a good dancer. And what I would just remind people is like whether you're interviewing for a job you think you're underqualified for. So this is something about women too. Women, statistically speaking, like they will not apply for jobs if they don't feel like they check every box on what the job description says is required or what
Oh,
they're looking for in a
100%.
candidate, or they won't raise their hand for promotions. Men do
Mhm.
that all the time, and that's why part of the reason why there is a gender pay gap and there is men ascending higher and faster in organizations is because women have this need of like or feeling of like needing to check every box, needing to be perfect and like striving for that
Mhm.
perfection. And so it's definitely something I struggled with when I was younger and earlier on in my career is that I just didn't feel, especially when I went from like a supportive role to a leadership role, and people at that company have been there forever, so they knew me, like, right out the gate, and they really did put me in this box of, like they would still go to my manager with for issues, and she was great about, like, redirecting, but, like, it's still, like it was getting people to see me, but also not feeling entirely confident in what I was doing, and so, for me, like, I faked it till I made it, and faking it being confidence, and I think one
Mhm.
thing mistake people make when they do have these feelings is they can come across as overconfident to the extent it's almost like cockier, like they don't wanna ask for help because they don't wanna be, like, recognized for what they don't know and they feel like they should know. I will say one thing
Oh,
that worked
yes.
for me, yeah, is I was confident in just how I delivered information, but I was also confident when I said, "You know what? That's a great question. Let me try to get the answer for you." Or instead of keeping things super high level, giving them all the information I had, I prepared, I, like, made sure I was ready. But if I messed up or if someone asked a out of the box question that I didn't know the answer to, I didn't try to fumble through some fake answer. I was just like, "You know what? This is my favorite response in a corporate setting. You know what? Great question. Let me get back to you on that. I'm happy to look into it." And I'm sure there's parallels in that in dance, right? Like you might not have I don't dance. So I'm gonna sound like an idiot right now. But like you might not have felt you matched up to what you thought this perfect ballerina who would get hired by this company was, and I'm sure you were, but even if you weren't, that doesn't mean you're not qualified to have a foot in the door and to have a space in the room. And,
Right. Yeah, and it's very hard too because ballet is very niche, but it also goes into other aspects too with maybe something that someone's feeling is a lot of it was based upon looks at that time. I'm
mm,
talking this was over a decade ago, and so it's a completely different world now in that sense, I hope. I haven't been in the dance world in a minute. And um I'm comparing myself not only technically to others, but I'm also comparing myself physically to others. And that has led into also my adult life is I've gotten better at it, but um, thinking I'm not going to one get a job because I'm not fit enough or I'm not um, as articulate or as good as an instructor as this person. And even in the job I'm in now with managing the studios, I feel like there was a moment in time, I still do it now, but I would try to do every single thing in the studio with the sales associates. I would be doing all the calls. I would be doing people's extra work. I'd be doing other people's work because I didn't want to look incompetent or I didn't want to look not qualified. I was always afraid that I wouldn't have a job the next day if I didn't overdo every single aspect of the studio. Um, and also, like, craving praise of some sort too in that sense, and when
Mm.
you that's not healthy. It's not healthy.
I
I was
will
going
say
insane.
you were, and you I think one thing one thing as a leader, I think when you do get into a leadership position,
Mhm.
especially when you move higher up, whether it's in a small business or sorry, this branch is having a moment with me. Um, whether it's in a small business or a big corporation or any level in between, you technically speaking tend to know less and less about the roles you're overseeing as you move up because generally companies are built like a pyramid. And so as there's fewer and fewer leaders at the top, they're overseeing more and more people. So there's going to be times when you're overseeing multiple sides of a house that maybe you didn't actually do the work in to get there, right? Like maybe you came up in one department and now you're overseeing three departments.
Mhm.
Or like there's this person on my team today, and I don't actually have any direct reports, but we have shared resources, who's like way smarter than me in Excel and like analyst things. He's fantastic. Um, but it's okay to ask the people that are on your team that are
Mhm.
specialized in something. It's 100%, and actually a trait of a good leader is to delegate, to identify the superstars on your team who are subject matter experts in whatever area that you're perhaps lacking in and leverage them, right? Because their win is your win at the end of the day. And also, I think the caveat of that is don't take credit for their wins, right? Like make sure
Mhm.
you give them praise and be like, this is great, or make sure that they're recognized. This person is, helped with X, Y, and Z, because they're going to look up to you even more as a leader for, you giving them the acknowledgement that they deserve, but also you trusting them to give them the things to do that they're actually good at and that
Yeah.
maybe you are lacking at, but you can see the overall perspective of the business.
Oh, absolutely. And what you said too is how you work with someone that is, like, extremely smart. I used to work in a dermatology office, and one of the doctors I worked with, she was and is highly intelligent. Like, she, right after high school, went into, I think it was like an accelerated medical school of some sort, but she was already uh, in her residency for becoming a doctor in her like mid early 20s when she started working at the office. I wanna say she had just maybe turned 30, um, and was a fully licensed dermatologist,
Wow.
and here I am. I
I've watched
think I
Grey's
was
Anatomy, and I feel like that takes a long time normally.
it is a very long time, so you'd have I mean, I'm gonna butcher this, but there's a long period of time where you're in med school, you have your residency, and then you get a job, and so she was and is extremely intelligent, and so I was her medical assistant, and she expected me to be always a step ahead of her, and also at the same time, I was scribing for her, and I have never felt so dumb in my entire life, and, um, at the time, I was also going through some, like, medical terminology classes because I she was saying words that I've never heard before, and there were other physicians in the office where I didn't have to scribe for, I was just more there to assist in biopsies and surgeries, so I knew that aspect of the job, but she required having someone with her the entire time, where I'm rooming them, I'm prepping them, I'm writing everything down, I'm writing scripts. I'm a step ahead of her in every surgery and every biopsy, and that was a lot.
Yeah.
And I've never felt so stupid in my entire life, and I was so afraid to ask her a question, and so I'd be on my phone, like, in the room trying to, like, quickly Google what she said, and I would misspell everything, and she would have to, like, make me rewrite the whole thing over again, and that yeah, it was a big learning curve, but that was a huge moment where the imposter syndrome crept up majorly, where
Hmm.
I was like, "I'm not good enough, I'm not smart enough." There's other medical assistants that work here with me that are going through nursing school, are trying to become PAs. I'm I'm just Ava.
Just Ava.
I'm just Ava, I'm just here. I'm just here to collect a paycheck. Like, I don't need to know how to, um, write, like, dynamic rightoids. I don't need to know how to spell any of these, like, crazy names, and I'm just here to, like, see some cool surgeries and get my hands wet that way. Like, I was doing a lot, but then it became a point where it was almost like the devil wears Prada, and if she's listening to this, she'll laugh because we became pretty close and good friends after my training experience, where she would stick her head out the door and she would only know one medical assistant's name. If she knew your name, you were her person, like
Mm.
you were the favorite. And for the longest time, it was another girl's name, and then that girl left, and then it was another girl's name, and that girl left. And all that was left was me and then some other new people. And I remember she had called someone else's name. No, that person wasn't available. I walk up to her. The eye roll that she gave when she saw my face walk into the room, I was like, "Oh, okay." It brought me back to my dancing career where, like, I wasn't good enough in
Yeah.
certain aspects because, I mean, I was with girls from all over the country and all over the world that were the top dancers in their studios and their state and all of that, and I was like, "Ooh, okay, we're back at the bottom." And so I just overworked myself. I was the first one there. I was the last one out of the office, always making sure all of her charts were perfectly scribed and there's no misspelling. I created a full-on like black book of all the terminologies, all the different prescriptions that she would use. And I think it took me months to like actually have things memorized and to the point where she was just calling my name
That's so
for
sweet.
assistance. It was cool, but man, that really fed into
Yeah, I mean, like in
my
general, like
imposter.
that's a lot, but it was
Yes,
that feeling when you finally felt like you got it, you know?
finally got it. Um, and then there would always be something where it'd bring me back to,
Well, one thing I
square
think
one.
that you did that was really awesome is you recognized where your shortcomings were in the role or like where your perceived shortcomings were, and you sought external education for yourself. And I think that's
Mhm.
super important, especially if you're in a new role, you're making a career change. Um, a lot of especially if you're making a career change, a lot of times you're going to take a few steps down, right? Because you don't know a lot about what you're going into potentially. But doing the extracurriculars in your, you know, time outside of work, taking classes at a community college, taking continuous education in whatever field you're in is really going to help you feel more confident in showing up to work every day. And it's investing in yourself. It's going to help you grow faster and hopefully,
Yeah.
get more money as you move up. And so I think there's a lot of power in that. And the other thing I think is the same thing I did when I started off. I worked my ass off. And it wasn't just sitting at my desk pretending I was there. Like I was going around and asking, who can I help? What can I do? Like there was nights we used to have to send out at my last job years and years and years ago for our investment packages, like actual binders of printed material. We had to like mail them to Virginia, and it was always a deadline to get them to FedEx by like 8 p.m. And I have just such fond memories of me and my former manager, who's just like the best person ever. My first manager at the company, we would be there like pulling the late hours, trying to get these packages out, or we'd find like one misspelling or one formatting issue on one page and have to reprint the whole thing. And, but I was like, oh no, I'm hourly. My shift's till 5. I'm going home now. Like, no, I stayed and like, I still got paid, but like, you gotta kind of work your ass off at the beginning, especially if you're
Yeah.
in a place where you don't feel like you know a lot. Like, stay and learn from the people who do, pick their brain, ask them to go walk around the office complex or take them out for a cup of coffee.
Yeah. Well, this doctor would not go out to coffee
Maybe
with
not
me.
the head of the company, but maybe someone
She
else
wasn't even the head. She was just
whatever.
another
But like
physician.
even just someone who is in your role that might have been there for longer and is seemingly successful in their role, like,
Yeah.
find those people that can informally mentor you and give
Yes.
you the knowledge for free sometimes if you don't have the means or ability to seek outside education.
Yeah.
There's people in your company that are successful most likely, and if you ask, I'm guessing a lot of them will be willing to help. People don't ask because they're afraid of people
Oh,
knowing
yes.
what they don't know, and
I was
like
afraid.
that's imposter syndrome. And so,
I was so scared.
you know, just
She
be
was
like,
a scary
"Hey,
lady.
I think that you like I'm learning, I'm new here, I want to be successful. Like, what does X, Y, and Z mean? Or how do you go about this? Or like whatever.
Yeah.
5 minutes a day. Just find someone, ask them a
I
question."
think I had to have that conversation with her because there was a breaking point where I would just like cry during lunch because I felt so
Oh,
dumb. And then the next day I was like, you know what? She's a doctor. She's got all the knowledge and information on this. She can teach me. I was like, hey, so I'm dumb as fuck. Can you?
I hate that you felt that way though.
It's fine. I laugh at it now. I'm like, but when we're in the room, I know we're like on a time crunch, but if there's something new that I haven't seen, or if you're okay with me asking a question, can I do that? She's like,
Yes.
yeah. She's like, why wouldn't you? I'm like, well, you make it seem like I need to know everything and that it's like an inconvenience if I ask. She's like, no, just ask. I was like, oh, it was that easy. Okay.
Honestly, I think I'm sure if you would have asked her day one, she would have had the same answer. I think that highly intelligent people, their brains move so quickly, they're just on to the next
Mhm.
thing, and they don't have always the strongest soft skills. But I guarantee you, like 9 out of 10 times, if you ask your boss for help, even if you're scared that
Yes.
they're going to say no, even if they don't have time to give you help in that moment or teach you in that moment, they're going to appreciate the fact that you asked. I
Yeah.
100% guarantee that, unless they're just total, complete, like psychotic assholes. They will appreciate, like, you know what? I would love to teach you. I don't have time in the moment, but let's schedule some
Yeah.
or observe next time and watch this person. Like, they'll give you hints on what to do to help get there. Um, but I know it can be scary in the moment for
Oh, she
sure.
would give me quizzes and just randomly in the hallway, she would do like a spelling bee with me. I'm like, oh my gosh. Like right on the spot, she'd make me spell like some medical terminology. I was like, oh, I don't know.
I, one time in high school, worked at Ruby's Diner. I don't
Love
know
that.
if anyone's been to Ruby's Diner, but it's a
If
50s
not, you
themed
shall.
dine. I
It's
think they're
so
mostly
good.
closed. They
Were
closed
you
most of
on
their locations.
rollerblades too?
No, they had phased out the rollerblades by then.
Ugh.
Um, but I think most of them have closed. Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
so you start at Ruby's Diner. You start as a hostess, unless I'm assuming you have server experience, but you start as a hostess. I didn't have experience. Then you move up to Fountain Girl, which is where you make the shakes and deliver them. It's literally a whole job right there. And then you eventually get promoted to server. So when you start, they give you this stack of playing cards like this thick. And it's every single menu item and all the ingredients in the menu, which I understand from their standpoint, because like the hostesses and hosts are taking, to-go orders, takeout orders. From an allergen perspective, I get why people should know. But I'm also 16 years old. and I'm not going to learn. They have 20 something burgers. So they had secret shoppers, which a lot of businesses do. And
Oh
as soon as
my.
this woman called in to place a to-go order, I knew within seconds she was a secret shopper.
Oh, that would stress me out.
She asked me to tell her every single burger we had, which literally there was like 20 different burger options. She asked me what was in the chili. So of course, when I get to the burger
No.
question, I pull out the menu and I just read down the list of burgers. Like I
Yeah.
answered her question. And then she asked me what's in the chili, and I couldn't tell you what was in chili. I was like,
I don't know, beans?
beans
Meat?
and meat. I literally said that. So then I got my review back, and my manager, literally it says in the review on the burger section, I could tell she was reading off a list. I'm like, how did you want me to like sing it into a jovial anthem, like all the different burgers? I
Oh
read
my
them to
gosh.
you. And of course I didn't know what was in the chili.
Could you imagine if you worked at Cheesecake Factory and having to memorize that literal encyclopedia of a menu?
They
Like,
they better
it's
pay
like
well
the
there.
Yellow Pages.
It is. They better pay well there because that menu
Oh
is
my gosh.
insane.
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 I would fail right then and there. Oh my gosh. It's like when it wasn't a job. It was in high school when I was on the song team and we were on the field for football. And so every year we'd have um like tests, like football tests, and they would call out a play and then we would have to give the proper cheer for it. I know nothing about football, and I still don't know anything about football. So there was one cheer that I would always give anytime they gave me, like, they just caught the ball, they're running, they've
They
got
got
a
the ball.
first down, I don't know. And then I would go, okay, Ungawa, Spartans got the power.
Wow.
That was the only cheer I would give, and I'd fail every single time because I
I love it.
I know nothing. I know nothing about it, but, you fake it till you make it.
One last hot tip on Ruby's Diner, the fountain girl position. So
What a name.
you have to make the shakes, and then they're in these like the tin tumblers, which
Yeah,
gets brought to your table. But the mixing mechanism is also metal, and the sound of metal scratching on metal is like nails on a chalkboard to me. Like if a fork in
mm-mm.
the drawer of cutlery is like intertwined with another fork, having to take them apart is like, oh my God, it kills me. And
Yeah,
then the metal tins get so cold with the ice cream in them. So they give you a glove to wear during, and literally, this is your only job for your entire 4+ hour shift is making shakes. So they give you a glove to wear to put on your hands so you don't get frostbite. But then you have to take the glove off to go serve the customers. And so every 3 minutes, you're taking this glove on and off. So I just risked
terrible,
frostbite and I quit before I got to serve her because I was like, you know what? And then you had to wear pantyhose.
darn.
And if there was a tear in it, they would send you to the Albertsons across the parking lot to buy new ones. And I was
Oh,
like, you know
no.
what? Get over
Not
this.
Albertsons.
It's too much.
Oh, man. But, yeah, overall with imposter syndrome, and I still to this day just say, "Oh, I got lucky that month with whatever success the studio's going through," or
Yeah.
or, um, a position I'm in right now with, the company that owns all the fitness brands that were under Exponential getting, to be a ex-pro. Uh, I have even said, like, "Oh, I think I just got lucky," but
No, you worked your ass off for that.
yeah, and I was even having a conversation with someone recently about that. They're like, "No, you've been doing this for a while and you're actually kind of good." I'm like, "Kind of? Yeah."
No, you're like really good.
But it never hits me until like after I've done all the filming for X Plus. So I teach Pure Barre on a streaming service that's called X Plus. Um, and there's only a few of us in the nation that do it, and it's really cool, and I feel really blessed to be part of it. But truly, I just think I got lucky, and that's something it's not comprehending in my brain that I earned it and I worked hard for it and I deserve it. Yeah, I almost feel like a fraud up there. I'm like, is anyone watching this? Is anyone
I do.
thank you. I'm like,
Yeah.
does anyone actually like this? Do they enjoy me teaching? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So something I'm still working on, but have gotten a healthier relationship with to the point where I'm not working myself sick mentally and emotionally, trying to be everything everywhere for everyone. And I mean, it's a work in progress. I'm a work in progress, and aren't we all?
We are. I think to wrap up the imposter syndrome chat, I would just say, like, it's not uncommon. It's probably something most, if not everyone, goes through, but I think it is really important to push through, ask for help, seek out education yourself,
Mhm.
just so you can show up feeling more confident. Um, and also understanding that, like, your boss probably doesn't expect you to know everything on day one, and that's okay. So hang in there.
Amen. Hang in there, friends.
Well,
You
let's
got it.
pivot to our pop culture moment reality recap.
Oh my gosh.
I If you're gonna talk about Summer I Turned Pretty,
We have to. We have to. Last week's
you've
episode, and
lost me.
when this airs, the new episode will be out. But basically, I do have to put this out there. I do not condone cheating in any way. I will never cheat. No,
So these people finally hooked up.
but no, but they were so close. Belly and Conrad, we almost
Who names their
got them.
child Belly?
Her name's Isabella,
Who goes by Belly as a nickname?
this fictional character. But
I can't.
we were so close, but I'm just shocked that you don't watch this because it's all Taylor Swift coded.
I tried.
And
I tried. I recognized the Taylor Swift moment. The acting and the
yes.
name Belly was so subpar that I can't get past it.
But basically her heart started beating again once Conrad
Is she a
um
zombie?
no,
Is she
but
dead?
Jeremiah broke her heart by cheating on her twice.
And she was gonna marry this man?
Yes. But it was more like
Oh
a
God.
Ross and Rachel moment where he was like, "We were on a
We were on a
break," and
break.
she was like, "No, we were not." And so Conrad sliced his leg with his surfboard, and he's walking back into the house. He's bleeding.
Did she take her
Belly.
top off and bandage
sh-
him?
I mean, I wish she
Was
would
it a
have.
peach moment?
Very close. So he's just like crawling up the stairs up to the bathroom, and she's finally the one taking care of him. And he's in so much pain. He like puts his head on her shoulder slash chest, and he's just like dripping wet. And he looks up at her, and the light's just like shining in his face. And it's just like, mwah. Uh, You remember that moment where we saw Edward Cullen turn glittery for the first time?
Yes, and that was the last time I watched something with such terrible acting.
No.
So keep in
That's
mind,
this moment.
Garrett and I were in Hawaii for a baby moon, and he was on a boogie board because he thinks he's 12, apparently.
Cute.
And this man is large, and this man should not be on a boogie board.
No, you should
And
not.
he gets destroyed by this wave to the impact the entire beach. I'm like on shore. The entire beach goes, oh, this wave just smashes him. I'm dead ass laughing. He comes up,
As you
probably
should be.
concussed. His whole side of his face is scraped up.
Oh,
And I'm just like, you're a fucking idiot and you deserve that. And meanwhile, this kid's crawling up the stairs with a bloody leg, like it's just messy.
young love,
Put yourself together.
Anywho, I was really rooting for them, and I was really rooting for Belly to just cheat on Jeremiah with Jeremiah's brother. But I shall hold my breath until this next episode.
Oh my God, I can't believe, speaking of Taylor Swift, we didn't discuss the new album.
There's a lot to discuss there, and before we get into that too, I do have to say that I wouldn't say I'm a Swiftie, but I respect, right?
Yeah, you have an appreciation.
I have an appreciation. But after her podcast on New
Mm-hmm.
Heights, I would say I am a Swiftie in
It
the
was
fact
so
that I
good.
am Taylor Ann Swift and how she is a sourdough connoisseur, as I
Connoisseur.
Yes, as am I. She makes up punny names with her sourdoughs, as do I.
Hmm. She
And
holds her
the
cats
toast
like
basers.
babies. Oh, the toast basers, obviously.
The
I didn't know
toast
if you wanted to
basers.
go there, so I was going to bring it up.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I wear toast spacers because I have deformed
I
toes.
just didn't laugh. I'm sorry.
So her and I are just
And she holds
in
her
line
cat
with each
like a
other.
baby, and you hold at least your
I
husband.
hold
I don't
Ope.
know if you can hold the big ones, but you're
I,
strong.
yeah, I'm strong. What are you talking
I'm
about?
strong. I don't
I
know how much your
hold
dogs
at
weigh.
least Opal. I can hold Opal like a baby because she's still kind
Mm.
of tiny. But anywho, that is my little input on being a Swiftie now. It's because I make sourdough, I have toast basers, and I don't know,
You have the voice of an angel.
that too. Thank you for recognizing that.
You're welcome. You're welcome. All right. I do eventually want to talk about the Hunting Wives. Are you going to watch it though? Because I feel like it'd be better if we
We
discuss
tried
it
to,
together.
so we tried to watch the first episode, and I think we got maybe 15, 20 minutes in, and we were both like, I don't know. I think it's going to be one that I just watch by myself. So,
There's a lot of girl on girl action, so if your husband's into that kind of thing.
no, he's not. He's not.
Garrett didn't get into it either. Like he would walk into the room when it was on because it's very not safe for work, not safe for kids. Do not put it on around children or
No.
coworkers. That you shouldn't. But he walked in, he was like, "What the hell are you watching?" I was like, "I don't know, but I'm going with it, and it's a great time." So, watch it. It's only 8 episodes. It is completely unhinged.
Okay.
It is about a woman having imposter syndrome, moving to Texas from Boston, essentially,
Mm,
with murder and cheating and you know vibes. Lots of
crazy.
sex, if that's your thing. It's just, and again, it's not like the best acting, but it's just, it captures you in. There's like a
No.
murder mystery aspect to it. It's just so good.
Gosh, what's the actress's name? Something Snow.
Brittany
Is it
Snow,
Brittany Snow
her
or
husband or
Kristen Snow?
ex-husband. So her ex-husband's on Selling Sunset. Well, I don't think he is anymore, but he basically like cheated on her
Which one
on the
is he?
show. Tyler. Oh, Selling the
Oh,
OC. Sorry, not Selling
Selling OC.
Sunset.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So he was married, and then he kind of had some sort of alleged fling with one of his co-stars, like, and it was pretty evident on the show that they were like way at least overly flirty. And then they ended up getting divorced. And I'm sure he's like, I mean, his dad's like super rich. I'm sure he's fine. But like, also, Brittany hadn't acted in anything in a while, big, and now this is like
Yeah.
gone global.
Last
And there's
time I saw her was John Tucker Must Die.
John Tucker Must Die, Pitch Perfect.
Oh, yeah.
I just seeing her in this different role was like
She's
really
coming out.
good. She's coming out. There's going to be a season 2, so get it while you can.
Wow.
You can
Okay.
get it
I do
forever.
need
It's
to
on
watch
Netflix.
this.
So,
Perfect.
all right. Any closing thoughts you have from today?
We're all in this together.
We're all in this together.
Um, I would say something that you brought up too, and what I said is that it's okay to ask questions. It's okay to learn from people around you and above you, and you don't have to try to do it all on your own, and that you're not alone. Um, and something I'm gonna continue to work on is not trying to wear all the hats in order to like, feel some sort of fulfillment in myself. And,
Mhm.
that fulfillment is not going to be work because things are always going to come up. Things are going to fulfill you in that way. And so, really seeking outside of work for fulfillment and to get my happiness out of those things.
I love it. One thing I
Yeah,
read that I just really resonated is you don't need permission to be good at what you do. So,
that's true.
and also delegating is the ultimate flex and time saver. So do it
I've been I've been trying. I've been getting better-ish. Day by day.
day by day. You know, you're doing so good. I love it. I love
Oh,
to see it.
thank you.
Love to see it. Well,
Thanks.
thanks for coming, everyone. I hope you enjoyed episode 3. We are available wherever you get your podcasts. And we hope you'll come back for more. So make sure to subscribe, follow us on social. We drop clips and some other photos and videos that we reference during our time here together on our social media accounts. So work wives and real lives. That's a wrap.
That's a wrap. We'll see you next
Bye,
time.
guys.
Cheers.